What is up, guys? It is Robert of Movies with Me, and wow, I haven't said that in a while. I apologize. I mean, I know that there's not a lot of people that watch these videos, but I do really appreciate to any single person that does. And yeah, it's been a while. Last time I uploaded was for X-Men Dark Phoenix. Don't get me wrong, I still have watched like every goddamn movie with the great big hits like Avengers Endgame that happen to be fucking amazing and surprises like The Lighthouse. But right now we're talking about Frozen 2, the sequel to 2013's Frozen. I will admit, the original Frozen, I was not, I was a hater of. I was a hater, dude. If I'm being honest, I didn't even watch the movie. But I was younger. I was younger, so you gotta excuse me. You're this 15-year-old that's like, yeah, man, fuck Frozen. But I watched it and I thought it was a great movie. And yeah, the original is really damn good. And I'm older now and I know to not judge shit that you haven't seen. Obviously, isn't that a crazy idea? But yeah, and so here we are talking about Frozen 2, the sequel 6 years later. Is it better than the original? Let's talk about it. Frozen 2 was directed by Chris Buck and Jennifer Lee and stars Kristen Bell, Idina Menzel, Josh Gad, a lot of people. Hopefully I said all their names right. Here I am back with trying to pronounce names. But I quite enjoyed Frozen 2. It's not as good as the original, and I can't say I'm too surprised by it. But what I do like over the original for this sequel is the sense of adventure. What's pretty interesting with Frozen 2 is they go more of a direction where it is more adventurous. It's more open and they show the scope of this world. Of course, no spoilers, but basically, Elsa is hearing some type of whistle in her head, which is very reminiscent of my Back of the Backlog series on my gaming channel. I think Disney stole my idea. Basically, they set out on an adventure to find out what this whistle is. They find this forest, this magical forest, and it's pretty bad because Arendelle's gonna be in some shit if they don't escape this forest that is locked up in magic and stuff. And they gotta do something about it. They gotta go back and save Arendelle, or else that shit's gonna probably be destroyed. The biggest plus for this movie, for sure, like I said, is the scope of what they were trying to do. I quite like the fact that they went into this forest that looks different from what you used to normally see in Frozen. I quite like seeing a lot of the creatures in this world. You got some cool animals that, again, I won't say because I don't know if I personally never saw the trailer, so I don't know exactly what kind of creature was in what. But there's some cool giant creatures. There's some cool small creatures, and they're adorable, and it still is entertaining, and obviously, the animation is stunning. Why I personally feel the movie actually falls flat for me is kind of the emotion. There are, emotional parts that happen throughout the movie that I personally didn't get connected to in the slightest. And I'm a pretty easy guy to make cry in movies. I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty emotional. And surprisingly, nothing really affected me in any way. I understand why a character would be sad, but it didn't hit me because you kind of know what's gonna happen, and a lot of the plot is kind of predictable in that way. And I was kind of surprised at how predictable it was because, like, I'm not one to think about during the movie. I'm not one to think about what's coming next, but I just felt like it was too easy to understand what was happening next. The way it sets out, obviously, I don't know. There's one little mystery that they find out that I was like, oh, that's supposed to be a surprise. I kind of figured that. A big thing about, Frozen 2 is obviously the characters. Elsa, Anna, Olaf, Kristoff, they're all really cool characters and they all have their own different personalities and they mesh really well. They have great chemistry together. The voice performances were spot on. They were great, whether they were a secondary character or a lead. They were all really damn great. Unfortunately, a big thing about this movie is the impact of a lot of this emotional stuff that happens, and I just didn't really feel anything for that. Even though I like the characters and I like seeing them on screen and interacting and singing the songs, I just didn't feel that. And same thing with a lot of other musicals. I do feel there are songs in this movie that just don't work as a storyline. They don't fit within the storyline. They're just songs to make a music video out of. And unfortunately, that's just kind of the case with a lot of musicals. And while the music is fine, for me, they're not personally memorable. There's one song that I really, really like, and there's another one that I think is pretty good, but there's one that is actually really damn catchy that I don't think others are going to find as catchy, according to maybe like YouTube views. Into the Unknown is the one that everyone's loving. I've been loving a different one, and that's fine. Music, it's all different for people. A lot of people want to see Frozen 2 just for the songs. You type in Frozen 2, the first things is soundtrack, songs, all that type of stuff. For me, I'm in it for the story, for the characters, and unfortunately I couldn't connect with the story nearly as much as I feel like I would have. Frozen 1 really was solid in that department, but I just don't think it works nearly as well. There's a lot of pretty damn good humor in the movie though. Olaf is funny as hell as always. There's a great scene with him recapping stuff, and it's just so good, and you gotta love it. I do recommend staying after the movie, because there is a post-credit scene, and it's also very damn funny. I was the only one in the theater by that time, sadly. Well, actually, pretty good. I'd rather see a movie without people in it, but it was damn funny. And Olaf is always a great character, but you cannot undermine the visuals. The visuals are fantastic. Whenever they did sing, they had a lot of really damn impressive musical set pieces that they obviously took months of preparation and detail, fine little details, and that it just looks visually stunning. And you gotta give them credit where credit is due for that type of stuff, even if the songs necessarily don't fit with the story, I feel, or move the story along. I mean, it looks visually stunning when they actually do these set pieces. Overall, I'm going to give Frozen 2 a 7 out of 10. I thought it was good. I enjoyed it. I really did enjoy it. I genuinely enjoyed it. Again, I just didn't really connect with a lot of the story and the emotion. There was no really emotional impact for me, and so it kind of lessened the blow for the ending and stuff for me. But I enjoy seeing these characters on screen again. I think the music, I may not love every single one, but the set pieces are incredible. Visually, it's awesome. I love the sense of adventure and the scope of the world. I kind of wish they made more scenes with just exploring this world, because I think you could craft something really damn cool within that world. Again, it's beautiful. It reminds me of like Breath of the Wild, Zelda Breath of the Wild, and I quite like that type of feeling, that atmosphere. And Frozen 2 definitely gave that. And yeah, so again, I think it's good. It just lacks that story impact, but you still get a fun adventure in the end of the day. And so yeah, guys, let me know down in the comments below. Did you see Frozen 2? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Let me know down in the comments below. And I'll see you guys next time. If you didn't know, I make my own music. It's always in the link below. It's rap, so it's kind of different, but still music. So yeah, guys, see you guys next time. Have a good night. Peace. And bye. Let me just shut the hell up. But the game is so stagnant, shit is frozen. But we ain't built no snowman, these are growing. But they're better shit than them in kindergarten. Repelling these haters, like I said, expect to patrol them. My shit is so far, when inhale, my breath shit about to get wild. Scheme is on point, and the point that sword skyward. Trying to be a legend, as my name was Zelda. Busting these ghosts with some shit I personally wrote. Everything I